Yeah, as long as we don't get any weird kind of back way mining out stuff early on in the game, that can be a pretty horrible way for Zerg to finish it off pretty quickly against a slightly unaware Protoss.
Indeed, and here we go. Nb.WhistleR versus FR Dewalt. Game 6 of today's King of the Hill. And it looks like the players actually spawned as yellow and red. So you are welcome to shout out the positions.
Okay, we see Mr. Whistler spawning on the right hand side as the yellow Zerg, and on the left hand side we see Dewalt spawning as the red Protoss. The map is Heartbreak Ridge, and Whistler is just trying to stick in as many wins as possible in order to guarantee his way through to the next round. Of course, it's looking pretty good for him already, as he's already bettered the maximum wins of last week's competition.
Indeed, and a quick note on the map pool. Since Fighting Spirit and Destination have now both been played twice, that means they are eliminated from the map pool. So we're not going to see too much repetition today. And I would now also like to give another shout out to our wonderful sponsor, Justin TV, for putting in the $100 prize pool for this event. And many thanks also to Awa and Game for organizing it. Looks like a pylon going down at the natural for Dewalt. Going to do a standard Forge Fast Expand, I would expect.
Yeah, 9 pool is going to be happening from the other side from Mr. Whistler, not taking any chances, keeping it nice and conservative, and now sending out a drone, I would imagine, to get the scouting going.
Now that's very interesting to 9 pool on this map. I wonder if he's going to try and mine out the back minerals. Oh, it looks like he actually brings it back to make... Oh, to do an extractor trick. Okay, now, extractor trick is actually only worth it when you are 9 pooling, which he did. So that is in fact the correct move. So all you little Zergs who try and extract a trick when you're overpooling or whatnot, don't do it! It's not worth it.
Yeah, making sure he gets scouting up on his cliff, so make sure he doesn't get any cannoning in rubbish coming from the other side. Of course, he is now completely safe from that, as he knows. And he can proceed accordingly. I don't think he'll be heading out to mine out those minerals now. It looks a little bit late to me.
Indeed,
to be honest.
And Dewalt putting down his forge, and the gateway will go just above that and be flush against the cliff. I believe that will make a nice link-tight wall.
Probe AFK, not managing to block that hatchery.
Oh dear, what is this probe doing? Oh, seriously. And it looks like, Dewalt actually smartly checking the back mineral patches to make sure they were not being mined out, throwing down 2 cannons. Did Whistler even make any lings? No, Whistler actually only made drones. He made 2 lings and is actually checking his own back, or rather the back of his natural. Of course, it is very easy to get cannon rushed above your natural here. And now he's going to put those lings on the probe.
This is actually costing Dewalt pretty badly. He's laid down 2 cannons. And against.
He's going to get the Overlord! No, Whistler! Whistler, why you know like Overlord? Oh, Whistler. Dude. I mean, he still won against the Stockwave when that happened, but I don't know. Is this like part of his build? He's just like, yeah, I'll just sack an Overlord. You know, I think I'm beginning to suspect like Whistler like plays his absolute best when he's like really behind. So he just like deliberately gets behind and then just like comes back and just crushes. Kind of like how in TSLs like JF always goes down 0-2 and then comes back and wins 3 games. It's like how he does it. And we see a sneaky probe here at the top position. Is he gonna do something naughty with cannons? No, it looks
I think
like
it's a bit late for that.
Yeah, it looks like he's just gonna sneak in the back and go for a scout.
Yeah. Of course, when you're cannoning a Zerg's third, kids, always remember that you have to get that first pylon up ASAP just as soon as the hatchery goes down, or the hatchery will hatch and he will get big vision. He will see your cannons before they warp in. Oh!
It is cannon rushing! Down. Oh! Combat X style, ladies and gentlemen.
BM
Whistler
cannon rush.
Getting cannon rushed.
Cool times.
Now, the thing is, I don't think Whistler will mind this too much. He'll just send all his drones to the third and, you know, make some hydras and kill it. Or just go and kill the Protoss.
Yeah, I would generally lean in favor of going to kill the Protoss. It can be pretty expensive, especially with that gateway wall in, to kill off these photon cannons. Unless, of course, he has muters, in which case it's pretty simple Pretty simple.
Indeed. Whistler actually throwing down a 4th hatch before Lair. Whistler, is he doing the 4-hatch build? Is he doing 4-hatch Hydra? I think he is.
Not for long. Not once that cannon comes up.
Indeed, indeed. And the cannon is just going to finish now. Let's look at Whistler's reaction. Gonna lose 1 drone.
Lose a probe. Drone, rather. Yes, of course.
And it looks like the probe will trick itself back out to go check out what's going on in the 3rd base. Is he going to build more cannons? I don't think he can. The creep is already spreading.
Yeah. 1 drone, actually, going crazy, heading up to behind the minerals and just dying easily to that cannon in front of the gateway. And he's now better educated. He knows there is a gateway. He knows it's going to be tough to break. That probe just going where it wants.
That's actually a 2nd probe, because the cannon rushing probe is now going back home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, probes all over the place. And in the main base of Dewalt, we do have a citadel and a 2nd gas going down. A probe going now to check his own back minerals. Does not want any silliness to happen from Whistler. I'm curious about this sunken colony placed down here. I think this is to prevent more cannons being placed on this high ground between his main and his natural.
Yeah, which is just what Dewalt, I believe, is going to try and do, unless that's simply a pylon to get a better block in front of that gateway. I'm not sure.
No, I think he was planning it, but I don't think he'll be able to now.
No, certainly not, I think.
And what is... Okay, it looks like Dewalt going for a Templar Archives and another gateway. So skipping the Stargate, which is smart considering there is in fact no Spire.
Yeah, very good call. Good number of Lings going down to outside the protospace, but to do nothing except block scouting, as they cannot.
I think they can
get through there.
Assimilator. Oh wow. Oh, that is so annoying. Dewalt immediately throwing down another cannon, but I don't think that'll be up in time to take to defend this assimilator. Yeah, it's definitely going down.
Of course, that clever cannon positioning to try and make sure that no Lings sneak through the back there is rather thwarting his attempts to keep his gas alive here. No biggie, maybe.
And is he going to lose a Zealot? Oh!
Not cool.
Now we have some Hydras out, but Whistler's still only mining from 2 bases, although he is getting his natural gas. Interestingly, taking the natural gas rather than the 3rd gas. For whatever reason.
Yeah.
And is Dewalt trying to sneak a base in the top left, or is this just a scout? This might just be a scout to make sure Whistler isn't doing anything silly.
Yeah. Looks like it. He's heading back out again.
Yep, and we have more Hydras being produced. I don't see any Templars yet. Okay, 2 Dark Templars being produced, actually. And a couple of cannons going down in the main, although there's no sign of a Spire. So no threat of mutas just yet. Interestingly, no Overlord speed either.
He should be fine. He should be able to shut down this DT pressure pretty easily. He's going to actually see it as it heads out across the map, so should be no thrills for him. He'll just
but there's a DT in the main! There's a DT in the main! Oh gosh, it ran by. The Overlord is moving away!
Bring the Overlord.
Overlord, come back, man! Come back! Overlord, come back! Okay, it's come back. Woo!
Yeah. But the DT taking on the Hydras is going to go down. Not even killing 1 Hydra.
And 2 DTs going in the top 3rd base, but one of them's going to get taken down. No real damage. Yeah. And it looks like Dewalt is just making an entire base above Whistler's natural. Like, he's like making DTs, making cannons. It is all good, man. And all the Overlords, the Overlords moved away from the natural. He has no Overlords left at the natural. This DT could actually go in and kill those drones on the gas.
But it won't, it's just chilling.
Wait, dude,
Whistler might actually be lining up for a Hydra bust.
I think Whistler doesn't have
his Hydra speed is already in.
He doesn't have link speed. Sorry to interrupt you, but he doesn't have link
speed.
No,
it's cool. But the actually terrible High Templar positioning, sitting right out at the front of Dewalt's base. It might get picked off very early here. The Hydras go in and they don't quite see it. They do.
It's not gonna get it. Oh no, but where's that guy come from? Oh, what the heck? Where did that High Templar come from? I don't even know.
Oh man, disaster fail. He needs all the storms he can get right now. Another cannon warping in, but that's going to die pretty fast. It's a pretty terrible position, actually. Completely uncovered by its fellow cannon.
But there is a random DT in the middle of the map. If it can come back to defend, the Overlord is a little bit out of position, and Whistler still does not have Overlord speed. Well, he's now moving it down into position. So it is not looking good for Dewalt at all, despite going for a very cheeky cannon rush. He's not able to do anything against the Hydra boss. Does he have Storm? He has that 1 Templar in the back. He needs a 6th Storm to go off. Oh,
Yeah, having to invest a lot in cannons here, but he did bin a couple of probes. He's thrown away all his zealots. He's losing any initiative he had
And
in this
Muta
game. That
loses.
cannon rush.
Sorry.
Oh man. There are of course 2 cannons already up in the main of Dewalt, but
DT's running into
no
the main though.
Stargate.
There's a DT in the main, there's no defense. Is Whistler gonna see it? Oh my god, this DT could kill every single drone. One drone goes down. Whistler sees it! Whistler's going after it, but killing a DT with drones is not the best thing you can do.
No way, man. Oh, I just got messaged by someone, and I was concentrating so hard on the game, I didn't see it.
It looks like one Muta is going to come back and try and kill this DT. Oh, looks like it will get pushed away. Is Overload Speed done? Overload Speed is still not done for Whistler, so those DTs are going to be quite annoying. Another one has popped out from that gateway behind the natural, but there is now an Overlord positioned above the sunken, so it will not be able to do anything. And it looks like Whistler's actually not going to commit to a bust. A couple of Zealots actually coming out to scout here. Gonna just get taken down, easy peasy.
I think Whistler, the super ghost here that he is, knows right now that a burst is completely unnecessary. He can just wait this one out and let his advantage just take him to victory.
Indeed, one DT hiding at the bottom of his base, but Whistler now building a sunken there and gonna take it out with mutas anyway. What kind of anti-muta defense does Dewalt have? He has 3 cannons in his main. A few more in his natural, but... Oh, I think I just heard Archon. Yep, there's Archon morphing.
The true Russian no Stargate style.
And the mutas are actually going after all these buildings on the high ground. Oh man, it looks like Dewalt was making some more cannons there, but they will get taken down. So that will be it. Whistler has reclaimed his natural. And, well, there are still 2 random DPs here. Could do some shenanigans later on, although there's now a sunken and overlord in each of the bases of Whistler. Although he's not mining from his main gas, though. And his third gas only has 1 guy on it, so Whistler a little bit short on gas.
That Archon's actually putting its life on the line. It's going to get very easily picked off, and the Templar is going to get very easily picked off. Terrible, terrible micro from Dewalt there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking, pushing out with that stuff like that. They're just throwing away some very valuable units there.
Well, I think he was trying to like take advantage of the fact that the mutas were at home taking care of those buildings and try and push out, but there were just too many other Hydras and Lings there anyway, so didn't really accomplish much.
Yeah, man.
And the DT's running into the main. It's gonna get 1 kill, 2 kill, 3 kill, and 4 kills. Decent damage, but not nearly enough.
Dewalt's unit's actually getting split outside his natural, not losing any zealots right there, but a lot
And the
of them
muta's going into the main. 1 cannon goes down, 2 cannons gonna go down. Meanwhile, the Hydras are still attacking in the front. They will get cleaned up, but there is nothing to defend against these mutas. The lone Archon was taken down earlier, and now the entire main base is being ravaged. So it looks like Whistler will go up to an impressive 6 kills. Whistler, who can stop him? Is he going to pull a repeat of what happened in the very first episode of this King of the Hill, where SPX did a whopping 12 kills? Although I don't think Whistler will even have time for that. And there is another Archon being made. But
right
Whistler,
in front of all the mutalists. No cannon cover at all.
one Link smartly
Heading towards
checking
that time.
checking the third base of the Protoss.
Very thorough job by Whistler, has to be said.
Yeah, I mean, Dewalt is just making like these randomly placed cannons at the bottom of his base, but Whistler's just like, oh, well, let's go kill your Nexus then. Look at all these cannons being thrown down by Dewalt. Oh man, just like the mass cannons.
Yep.
Does not want to leave. Those won't even finish in time.
I mean, Whistler could perfectly easily just go up and pick off those 3 cannons warping in right now, but choosing not to.